If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Monday, January 14th, 2013. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias. Our guest in the Fenice Monitor has quite the feat ahead of him. Jeb Halfacre, the senior out of Florida Southern College, is going for his fourth straight Division II NCAA 200 backstroke title in less than 2 months. Joining us from Lakeland, Florida to share more, Jeb, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, Jeb, first off, let's start with your name. That's a pretty interesting name. Come to find your full name is Jeffrey. How did Jeb come about?
I've just been called Jeb as long as I can remember. It started with my mom, my dad just, calling me that, and then I guess I just ran with it.
So you must get a lot of feedback from that name. You don't come across it very often.
Yeah, most people don't really understand it at first.
All right, so let's hop into the swim talk. Now, going back to before we get to where you are now, you redshirted your first year at UF, University of Florida, and then you made the switch over to Florida Southern where you competed the next 4 years. Can you give us a little insight into what happened 5 years ago?
I redshirted to get stronger, and then I ended up getting injured a bunch during the year, and it ended up not working out, and Coach Troy hooked me up with Duncan, and we, rest is history.
So did you choose to go to UF because you were a local, you're from Gainesville? Did it seem like a logical move there for you?
Yeah, that's where my parents live, and my mom swam at Florida, and I knew the coaches growing up, so it just kind of made sense, but, in the end it didn't really work out.
Well, you've been training under Duncan now for 4 years, and very successful 4 years, especially in your 200 backstroke, which I mentioned earlier. Now you're going for your fourth straight NCAA title here in a couple months. What are your thoughts on how your 200 backstroke has evolved and going into your fourth NCAAs?
Well, it's definitely gotten faster. The training has changed. Duncan and I have kind of rolled with the punches on how to train for it. We've had some different ideas. But going into it, anything can really happen. You never know.
So you mentioned some training ideas. What are some of those that you've put into action as far as this year in preparation for your final season?
Pretty much the same thing we've been doing the past 2.5 years. A lot of mid-distance training, obviously a lot of backstroke training. A lot of running towards the beginning of the year, weights, just all typical stuff, dry land.
Your skill sets and stroke strengths really are wide across the board. You have school records from sprint freestyle to backstroke to individual medley. Do you really focus primarily on your backstroke in practice and all the others seem to fall in place, or do you do some variety that allows you to do multiple types of distances and strokes?
Definitely a variety. Duncan and I, we've worked really hard on getting my breaststroke to just function better and learning how to swim it. Butterfly clicked for me one summer. So my 200 IM kind of fell into place. But we definitely focus on backstroke a lot, and it's it's good to have a good team to train with, and an awesome coach.
Last year at NCAAs, you swam the 100 and 200 backstroke and the 200 IM. Is that looking to be your lineup in the next couple months, or is there the possibility to see some new events?
Nothing's really set in stone right now. There's always a possibility of, whatever Duncan thinks could be best for the team and the overall score, and where the most points can come from, which I'm willing to do, whatever we need.
Well, one event we can obviously count on is the 200 backstroke. last year, your 143 would have placed you in the top 16 in Division I. I'm not sure if you knew that or if that's something you follow, but what are your thoughts on knowing that you're that high up in the Division I placement?
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I did not know that. Part of the reason that keeps me so excited about swimming and wanting to do it more and more is that I do not follow swimming outside of the pool. Once I leave the gates of our swimming areas here at school, I don't really go on the websites. Maybe I'll check college swimming just to see like what's going on, maybe every once in a while. But I try and not, freak out about other things. I like to remain calm and relaxed. But I think that helps me a lot, not really paying attention.
You've had such a successful 4 years that I'm sure you don't have any regrets about your decision going to Florida Southern. Do you think about how well you could have done in Division I knowing that your 200 backstroke has been so dominant in Division II?
Yeah, I don't really think about that. I'm extremely happy where I am. I love my team. I couldn't ask for a better coach. The relationship that Duncan and I have is it's pretty unique in where it's more of a best friend / coach type relationship. I've known him since I was 10 years old, so we're obviously extremely close. We get along great, and we know when it's time to stop having fun and really get down to business.
Well, that's great. That's the relationship that most people are striving for. Now, being that you don't follow the news and you're really outside of the sport of swimming, this might be a no-brainer question, but how are you feeling going into your 4th NCAAs? Are you feeling pressure trying to get 4 for 4 titles, or is it just let it be, whatever happens?
Before this interview, I wasn't really feeling any pressure. But, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, it's kind of scary. But like I said, anything can happen. I might be that guy with the target on my back. Who knows? I've heard some crazy rumors. But, like I said, anything can happen. And kids just keep getting faster and faster as the years go by.
Well, Jeb, we're not looking to pressure you. Maybe you shouldn't go back and rewatch this interview. Put everything aside after this and go back to just your tunnel vision. That it's definitely working for you. But let's talk about, now you mentioned earlier you had a lot of injuries the start of your career. Now you mentioned before that you've had some shoulder issues over the last year. How has that affected your swimming this season?
It definitely took more of a mental toll. I got so tired of kicking all the time. They always say rest it, but I can't stay out of the pool.
What actually was wrong with your shoulder?
I had a bicep tendon impingement, I believe is what it was. It's just, one of those kind of freak accident things that happened, and it was awful for about 2 months, and I kicked pretty much all I did. It was really annoying. I got really sick of it, really frustrated. Duncan had to keep my head on my shoulders. I was going to lose my mind. But, that was something to deal with. I've been lucky most of my 4 years here with not getting any injuries, but this last one, the senior year, it's kind of frustrating, but it's better.
How long ago were you in the kicking phase?
I think I was pretty much kicking all the way up until my winter invite meet. I was swimming here and there, playing with it, seeing how comfortable it was. I came to the conclusion that I'm always going to be uncomfortable with it, so I'll just deal with it. But it's slowly but surely getting better.
Well, that's good that it's getting better. Wrapping up season 4 here, have you thought about life after college?
Yeah, I definitely have. I have some goals. I have some plans in mind. I'm talking with my parents. I'm talking with my coach. and we're hopefully going to put those plans into action.
Can you let us in on any of those plans? Will you be moving back to Gainesville, finishing up school?
First, after my college career in swimming, I have to finish up school. I'm on track to graduate in next December. My plan after that is to go to Naval Officer Candidate School, and then I have some other goals after that.
Well, that's great.
Secret.
Well, that you have goals is the important thing. Well, Jeb, thanks for coming on the show. We look forward to following you at NCAA's this year. Don't watch this interview. Don't think about swimming. Stay away from the sites. Stay focused on what you do, and best of luck this year.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Jeb. That is Jeb Halfacre in the Fneese Monitor. That will conclude today's morning swim show. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with all the latest news. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias. Thanks for watching.